Hello and welcome to Hot Commodities. I'm Manisha Gupta and the top headlines at this hour are: the government proposes to link gold ETFs and gold deposit schemes and also hikes import duty from 4% to 6%. The move is aimed to lowering imports of the precious metals into the country. The Brent crude prices declined below $112 per barrel as investors worry about the economic recovery and fears of oversupply in the market. In the agro-commodities pack, the sugar prices continue to decline on rising supply and tepid demand as the stockpiles rise due to pickup in cane crushing in the key producing states. And in the currency markets, the Indian rupee declines today on back of the dollar demand by the oil producers. To the top story of the day then, the government has announced a slew of steps to moderate the gold imports. The import duty hiked from 4% to 6% will make the precious metals more expensive. The government has also decided to link the gold ETFs and gold deposit schemes in the country. To understand the impact of this move on gold prices, we are now joined by Mohit Kamboj. He is President, Bombay Bullion Associations, and he joins us on a Mumbai phone line. Mr. Kamboj, hi, welcome to the show. We have been talking about it for many days now about the import duty hike. It has happened 4% to 6%. What's your reaction to that?
Hi, a very good evening to everyone. First, I would like to tell you that increase of custom duty within a year from 1% to 6%. Last 17 January 2012, custom duty was increased from 1% to 2%. Then on 14 March, it was increased from 2% to 4%. Then again today, 21st January, it has been increased from 4% to 6%. This type of increase in custom duty won't affect the reduction of gold import in India of gold. I've told everyone earlier also that it will only let government increase their revenue. Indirectly, the revenue of the government of customs has been increased from 1% to 6%. 10,000 crores revenue indirectly government has obtained from the gold industry in last 1 year, and substantially in reduction in import of gold, 60,000 rupees per kg custom duty has increased on gold. I tell you one thing, 60,000 rupees per kg doesn't affect the buyer. Whatever it doesn't affect the buyer. The buyer is not concerned about 60,000 rupees what custom duty, because it is liable to everyone. Try to understand.
Sure.
2 lakh rupees per kg rate has declined in last couple of months from 32,500 to 30,500. So this, in India, people have seen from last couple of years that 1 lakh rupees per kg speculation increase and decrease in gold rates are there. So 60,000 rupees increase in custom duty doesn't affect the customer. Customer doesn't see that the custom duty has increased.
Sure. Mr. Kamboj, do you see imports declining into the country? Because the estimate from the industry comes as that you might see a decline of 20 to 25% imports if the duty comes in. Now that it has come in, would you see a decline?
I tell you one thing, not a single percent decline will be there in the custom duty. What government should have done? Government should have done some regularize the licenses, or they should have make some policy changes in import of gold through private players, those who are importing gold. They should have done some negotiation of that, how much they can import, how they are importing, and why they are importing so much of gold. They should have done this type of some conversation with the importers, private players, and National Bank.
Okay.
But increasing custom duty doesn't affect.
Absolutely. I mean, that's another step that could have been taken, Mr. Kamboj. But apart from that, government also has cut minimum deposit for gold deposit scheme, and the tenure has been brought down from 3 years to 6 months. How much do you think that would encourage investors?
Try to understand, if the government has reduced from 3 years to 6 months for the gold deposit in private public banks and all, this will only affect the customers by they won't get such type of interest what they were getting in 3 years. The bankers pay very less amount of interest in 6 months, and nobody will invest. Nobody will. Government wants that. I don't understand why the government has done this type of policy. If people keep their gold in banks and all, so I think they will now convert into rupee or something. They will convert into money, and they will do FDs and all, or they will keep the gold with them.
Okay.
They used to get 2% for 1 year and 3% for 2 years and 4% for 4 years, 3 years. This type of interest being used to pay customers.
Sure.
So it is indirectly loss for the customers for the interest and all. But this doesn't affect the import of gold in India.
All right. Final question, Mr. Kamboj. And the third step that the government is proposing this time is that they will link the gold ETFs with the gold deposit schemes. How do you see that taking form?
Yeah, Manisha ji, I have told you earlier also, in India, people are very much, mentally or prepared for physical delivery of gold. In India, small cities or small people doesn't believe about this paper form of gold. So government want to link ETF with the deposits or something. Reduce because what government was preparing, that you buy ETF, you deposit that ETF in bank, you will get interest rate on that ETF. Such type of the schemes they are working on. But I don't think this type of schemes will help government to reduce the deficit of foreign exchange.
Sure.
What has been created due to increase gold, import of gold in India. So they should change the policies. This type of ETFs or this type of custom duty will affect a lot.
Sure, Mr. Kamboj. Thank you so much for taking time out for us. So that really is analyzing the news that has been coming in today. While the government has increased the import duty from 4% to 6%, the industry really feels that it might have a knee-jerk reaction, but then people will learn to live with higher prices as well. The physical buying, of course, continues to be very high in the Indian markets, even as the prices are volatile and on the higher side. Let's also get in then Sugandha Sach.